3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome viewers to another edition of We Talk. I'm Jareen Hoff.
And I'm Yolanda Nell, and today we're broadcasting from the lovely Bougain Villas. But tune in later when we have an interview with Helena Mbotsi.
In the meantime, today is World Prayer Day. Welcome back viewers, and now for news from our website. First off, a Windhoek High Court judge on Friday handed down a defeat to a foreigner married to a Namibian citizen who wanted to be granted legal residency status after having lived and worked in Namibia for 10 years with his husband and partner of more than a decade.
Namib Laboratories has set up a drive-through test facility for COVID-19 at the Wanderer Sport Club in Pioneers Park in the capital. The facility is open Mondays through Thursdays from 7 to 7 and on Fridays from 7 to 1.
The Namibian Islands Marine Conservation Area, known by its acronym NIMPA, which covers 25% of Namibia's entire coastline, is home to a population of approximately 1,600 heaviside dolphins and 3,500 African vole dolphins. This according to findings recently published in the journal Frontiers and in Marine Science and the African Journal of Marine Science. That's impressive numbers.
And in sport news, Windhoek this weekend hosted the Under-14 Confederation of African Tennis Tournament with 22 girls and 15 boys participating. The Confederation is a continental sport organization that includes 50 African countries aimed at making tennis one of the most popular sports while identifying top players at the highest level.
The diverse Bright Young Thinkers, or BYT movement within First Rand Namibia, consisting of up-and-coming F&B, R&B, Ashburton and West Bank employees, all under the age of 35, recently named their top Namibian picks for excellence in 2021, awarding 25,000 to 6 outstanding individuals in the areas of sports, arts and culture, skills and capacity building, as well as community development, under the theme Fight the Good Fight. Fight the Good Fight shares and celebrates each individual's personal journey and achievements and explores their next steps towards promoting Namibia and all Namibians in becoming globally competitive across a number of fields. Join me, Elzita, Beukes, Group Communications Manager and a proud member of Bright Young Thinkers, as we introduce our 2021 Bright Future candidates through our series of talks, Fight the Good Fight. Our first series showcases Namibians fighting for excellence in 2021 in athletics, art, sports, cycling and education. Hi, and thanks for tuning in to Fight the Good Fight, a series of talks sponsored by F&B Namibia, a member of the First Rand Namibia Group. My name is Elzita Beukes, and I'll be talking to some very inspiring young Namibians doing great things in our community. Today we're chatting to Helena Tunga Mbotsi. She is the founder of Team Graduate, and she'll be telling us a little bit more what it is, what they do, and what her plans for 2021 is. So Tunga, welcome.
Thank you, Elzita. Thanks for having me.
Great. So start us off by telling us a little bit about yourself, your journey, and what it is that Team Graduate does.
Okay, so as you said, my name is Helena Mbotsi. I'm an economist by profession, but I'm very passionate about developing Namibian minds because I feel like that's the only way Namibia can become competitive, right? You need to make sure that your people think in a certain way to actually be able to compete in the 21st century. So because of that, I founded Team Graduate, which is an online education platform that looks at just more than just education, more than just giving, learners and high school learners in particular books, but also to give them support, to give them guidance, to give them career advice, and just to give them a holistic aspect of what you actually need to succeed in life, and to guide them so that they're in the right aspect and they get into the right careers. Because I feel like that's really lacking in our education system. We take our kids to school, but we don't really tell them what to do after school or how to figure out and navigate adulting life. And that is very important, because I think that's where the challenges come in.
So tell me, where did it spark from? Where did this idea spark from? Were you looking for a tutor when you were studying? Because you're quite young, barely out of varsity as well, right? So tell us what sparked this idea, because it's quite a unique idea, unique concept.
What actually sparked it was I had the privilege of going to really good schools, had a really great support system around myself. And so when I was in matric, I was already set up with a bursary, going to do accounting, like really set up.
Yes.
I knew what I was going to do basically, because I had the right guidance. And then I remember being in the north one day and just looking at my cousin who was running a bar. And she was actually running a bar successfully, and she was about 13. And I thought back to myself and I was like, could I do that at 13? Even with all my privilege and all the knowledge that I have now, could I have run a bar at 13? And the answer was no. And then I thought, but where will she be project 7 years in the future? Will she be able to easily get into accounting at Rhodes like I was? And I thought, no. And it's not because she doesn't have the intelligence. It's because she doesn't have the guidance. And she doesn't know where to go. And she doesn't even know, she probably doesn't even know that there are bursary opportunities for her to get into a great accounting school, So I just thought, from then I thought, how can I equalize this? How can I just find a way to actually get this information out to the Namibian youth in a way that's not too pricey and not too expensive for them? And then from then I started building Team Graduate. And as soon as I got out of varsity, I actively started working on Team Graduate as a platform. And we launched it last year.
So that was your aha moment, your light bulb moment. And you are an economist by training. You went to some really good schools. You're also a Young African Leadership Initiative graduate. Yali. So that's quite amazing. So someone else watching right now thinking, what will it take for me to be like Tunga? What's going to for me to take to have this amazing idea that really sparked out of seeing someone else's needs, realizing, putting yourself in someone else's shoes, and having that like eureka moment. So what advice do you have for a young Tunga out there?
I think there are a lot of them, but a lot of us crush our own dreams. You see a problem like I saw with my cousin and you think, but that's too big of a problem. I mean, this issue that I'm trying to tackle is a huge problem in Namibia and across the world that people, it's going to take years. It's not a tomorrow thing. So as long as you see a problem and you can actually have a passion for it and you think of a business idea around that problem, you can make a difference. And it's not always just about making the money, but sometimes it's about making a difference. And I'd really like to encourage anybody that's watching, if you have an issue or if you see an issue and you can just ponder on it for a while, let it sit with you, and think of a business idea around it, you can really make a difference in the community. And that's how we're going to move forward.
Wow, you're just like goals. So tell me, what do you think, tell me a little bit about the day in the life of Tunga. What inspires you? What do you think sparks good ideas for you?
Talking to people, for me, is really talking to people, talking to a wide variety of people. I read a lot. I watch a lot of documentaries. I talk to it. I'm very open with my life and with people because I like to have conversations and see other people's opinions. Especially with Team Graduate, when I started it, I was talking to a lot of different people about it. Like, all my friends know about Team Graduate, and a lot of people think, keep the thing here and don't tell anyone, and people are going to steal your ideas and stuff. But it's actually important to get people's opinions and sort of evolve that way, because at the end of the day, whenever you launch something, public opinion counts, right?
Yes.
So you want to actually get people's opinions before.
Yeah, I heard something very interesting. Someone said collaboration is the new competition.
Yeah.
And that's really what puts you at the cut above everybody else, which goes back to what you were saying about what should make Namibia globally competitive in the field of education, is just starting small and knowing that your little bit has a big change, right?
Yeah, and just mindset. I think education is moving away from what you know and how to apply what you know. Fantastic. Because, in 2021, you can YouTube anything. You can learn anything like that.
And we had to.
And we had to. You saw it with COVID, that you can adapt easily. But the question is, do you know how to apply what you're actually learning? So it's no more just about putting kids in school and, you know, having them be in a class. It's about, do they know what accounting can do for them? Do they know what geography can do for them? Do they know what history can do for them?
In the long term.
In the long term. Like, do they know why they're studying the subject that they're studying, you know? And that's very important, because also you'll be surprised that when a person knows why, they tend to do better in that subject as well.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have found yours.
Hope so.
So the 25,000 cash prize that First Rand F&B has invested in you, what are your plans for 2021?
My number one goal with Team Graduate was always to provide free resources, right? And that 25 is going to definitely go to the first 2 subjects of free resources. We're looking at definitely doing English, hopefully being able to do, you know, a little bit of maths in there, but definitely I'm going to invest in creating free content that I can put online and have any Namibian youth have access to.
Amazing. So where can people get in touch with Team Graduate?
Well, you can check out our website, www.teamgraduate.com. You can check us out on Twitter, we're Team Graduate NAM. We're also on Instagram as Team Graduate Namibia as well. So we're really accessible on all the platforms. Also on Facebook, Team Graduate Namibia.
That's where I found it.
So you can really access us anywhere.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Most people will be watching on their phones anyway, so you can just go there right now and check it out. So thanks so much, Tunga, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Elzita, for that lovely interview. And now on to our life hack. In today's life hack, to edge your lawn, garden or flower bed, lay down a board. While holding it with your foot, drive a flat spade along the board's edge. Move the board as needed to create a clean straight line. Next up is Jeannie with our Flex Minute.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Flex Minute. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex. With me is Anushka and JP Dutoit. So we're still doing some yoga stretches here. So we're going to start off with JP in a fetus position, or the yoga child's pose. Yes, so JP is going to go into a child's pose, and Anushka is going to lie her back on top of him, and she's going to have a nice stretch. Okay, so if you can arch your back a bit more, really go deep into that stretch. So this can also work as a workout. If you guys want to do this as a workout, definitely do it. And what I want the partner that's on the floor, if you ever go into a child's pose and you feel any discomfort at your hips, try to open your legs up or bring them in. So now we're going to go into the hamstring pull. Okay, so with the hamstring pull, JP is going to have his legs crisscross. So he's going to have it crisscross. Anushka is going to press her feet against his knees, and she's going to pull him forward, and they're going to rotate it. So because JP is much taller than Anushka, this really helps him to go into a stretch as well. Because if both of them had their legs out like this, JP would have had a shorter range of motion. I'm going to quickly show you. Anushka is going to have her legs in a crisscross position, and JP is going to have his feet pressed against her knees. Okay, so just see the difference here. Anushka can go deeper into the stretch, and JP's range of motion is restricted much more than it was when he had his legs in a crisscross position. So always look at your partner's height, his weight, and work around that. Now we're going to do the massage stretch. It is their favorite stretch. So Anushka is going to face her back towards JP, and he is going to have his feet on her back, and he's going to hold her arms, and he's going to massage it out with his feet. So he's going to step up and down with that. So during this stretch, you should constantly be talking to your partner. If you start to feel any discomfort, your partner should tell you. So always, when you try this at home, talk to each other. Don't force a stretch, because you guys will hurt yourself, and we don't want that. Thank you so much for joining us for this one. I will see you guys in the next Flex Minute.
for our last segment for the day, Did You Know? I speak to Viola from Women at Work, and she shows us the proper way to make a bed. Enjoy! Good day and welcome to another episode of Did You Know? Today I'm talking to Viola from Women at Work, and she's going to run us through how to make a bed properly. Viola, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Yolanda. In our industry, the hospitality industry, it's very important to make the bed properly for the guest to have a comfortable night. And what goes into it is the attention to every detail, okay? Because when we make a bed, you not only get the fitted sheet, you get the flat sheet and the duvet cover, and then you get the scatter cushions for beautifying the bed.
And can you maybe explain to me, I know it's standard procedure in a lodge or a hotel to get white linen. Why is that it has to be white?
This is more focused on the cleanliness. So because every little dirt is visible on a white linen.
But for you personally, I mean, you're in the industry, doesn't it feel just so good climbing into a neatly made up bed every night?
Very, very good. It gives you a very relaxed evening as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. And if you didn't know, now you do. See you next week. Goodbye. And that's all we have in today's show. Thank you for joining us.
And please tune in again tomorrow when we have a beautiful, lovely breakfast at Little Paris Patisserie in the capital. Goodbye.
Bye.